Hi everyone, welcome to another edition of Kids Gazette Cooking Series. I'm Quinn Pettifer. Want to thank our sponsors, Hills Bank and Iowa Pork Producers. Also want to thank the beautiful, lovely set that we've got going on here. This kitchen is made possible by Plum Supply. You're watching us with our fun friend videographers, TKM and Co. We have a great lineup for you here today. I cannot wait to bring our guests in. We've got some professionals going on. But first off, if this is your first time joining us, I want to tell you a little bit about Kids Gazette. Kids Gazette is an online and print edition that the Gazette rolled out about a year and a half ago. Every week we've got great articles, fun activities for kids, grandparents, parents, aunts, uncles, friends, you name it. Things to do all the time, including our cooking series. And cooking series is all about learning. It's all about having fun. We've got some great recipe cards that you can download. Of course, this video you can cook right alongside with us. And every month we have a different theme. So this month we're in the depths of summer. We've hit August, right? What do we think of when we think of August in Iowa? Any guesses? The Iowa State Fair. How many of you out there have been to the Iowa State Fair? I've been a couple times. Let me tell you, Iowa State Fair is one of the largest state fairs ever. In 2019, they had over 1.1 million people attend. Can you believe that? So everything from butter cows to vendors to, of course, showing livestock, ag industrial, you name it, all sorts of fun things to do. Guess what? They're also known for food, right? I learned this fun fact, over 70 things, food on a stick, over 70, can you imagine that? And all sorts of fun, deep fried goodness. That's what we're doing here today. Our recipe for today, Philly cheesesteak egg roll. I'm gonna say that one more time because it's worth repeating. Philly cheesesteak egg roll. I love all things about that. And this is made possible because this is a menu item off of our guests here today. Now we need some professionals, right? I mean, this is the real deal. We are being super serious here today, but we're gonna have lots of fun at home. But we actually have owners of Vivian Soul Food. We have the family here today that will be taking us through their awesome, unique recipe that they actually offer at Vivian Soul Food. So are you guys ready? Are you ready to meet the family? All right, we've got Jerome, Brianna, and Jayani with us today. Come on in, you guys. All right. Welcome, everybody. Hi. Thank you so much for being here today. Now, Jayani, I gotta say, I mean, I know your parents are the owners of Vivian Soul Food, but my understanding is you are quite the chef. I mean, how long have you been cooking now?
About 2 years.
2 years, so since age 7. Okay, more or less, right? You got a birthday coming up, right, in August? All right, okay, so you've been cooking for a couple of years. What do you love to cook? What's one of your favorite things?
Probably a steak.
Steak? Okay, anything with steak in it, right? Okay, I love where your head's at. I love it. Brianna, Jerome, thank you so much for joining us today. And by the way, congratulations on just the amazing, amazing success of Vivian Soul Food. Did you ever think it would get to where it is today?
No.
No?
Not in my wild.
Not in your wildest dreams, right? Oh, well, we are so excited. I can't wait to talk to you a little bit more about the business. You guys have such an amazing story. Jayani, I cannot wait to see you in action. Are you guys ready to do this?
Yes.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're going to lay out all the ingredients. Feel free to go ahead and cook alongside us. While we're getting set up, we are actually going to take a quick break and listen to this quick message from our sponsor at Hills Bank.
At Hills Bank, we value teaching kids the importance of saving for their future.
All right, another big thanks to our sponsor, Hills Bank. They have been our cooking series sponsor throughout the year. All right, let's get cooking. So first things first, we want to go over our list of ingredients. On your screen right now, you're going to see the ingredients for this delicious recipe along with the average cost of each ingredient. Just a reminder that if you haven't done it yet, you can download the recipe card for free at thegazette.com/kids. And what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to go through the list of ingredients, but the Smallwood family is going to be kind of giving it, this is a real special recipe. So I want to make sure that any little tips and tricks that they have for us, we can make sure that we get that information from them. So first off, 1/2 pound of sliced prime rib meat, uncooked. Any special details about this prime rib?
You just want to get something that's, preferably choice.
Yeah.
With some nice marbling in it.
Put some thought into it,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You just wanna,
actually.
when you go back to your butcher counter, just get you a nice good steak. Asking for a nice good rib eye with some nice marbling inside.
Absolutely. Well, and being, the connoisseurs of the Philly cheesesteak sandwich that you are, I mean, you guys don't mess around, right? I mean, I understand there's been trips to Philadelphia. I mean, you really go all out. So absolutely, make sure that you've got some thought into that prime rib meat. Also, 1 green pepper and 1 red pepper, and of course, yellow onion. 1 cup sharp cheddar cheese, 5 egg roll wraps thawed, and then 3 eggs, and then 4 cups fryer oil. You can do canola or vegetable, butter, and then spices for the meat. What kind of spices do you guys prefer?
I prefer kosher salt, black pepper, and just a little onion and garlic powder, and a little paprika, give it a little color.
All to taste, right?
Yep.
Awesome. All right. So we got our hands washed. We are all ready to go. We're going to go ahead and start with prep. And this is where the pros are going to take over. So Brianna, Jayani, Jerome, just talk us through what you're going to be doing here.
You want to start the vegetables?
Yes, so first thing first, me and my daughter Jayani probably gonna start cutting up vegetables, which we got onion, red bell pepper, and green bell pepper. Really, the red bell pepper is more for color, so if you don't have the red bell pepper at home, you could go with just the onion and the green bell pepper. So just throwing that out there.
While they do that, I'm gonna get the oil and the pot ready to go.
All right, multitasking, I love it. So cutting the top part off first of the pepper. Now, Jayani, I understand that you have a birthday in the month of August, but
Yeah.
there's a few people in your family that have birthdays. So who is all sharing in the birthday love in August with you?
Me, my dad, and my little sister.
Seriously, Brianna, you're the only one.
I'm the
Of
only one.
August birthday.
Yes.
So Jayana, you're going to be doing the double digits. Jayani, what are you going to do for your birthday? I mean, do you have any plans? Are you big party? Do you share your birthday with everybody? Does everybody get their own party?
Yeah. So I'm planning to rent out a limo, and then I'm gonna pick up.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm planning to rent out a limo.
A
and then-
limousine, like the car.
Yeah.
A limousine. Okay. I mean, because it's your 10th birthday, right? Sure. That makes okay. What else
All
are you gonna
planned
do?
by herself, by the way.
And then we're gonna pick up my friends, and we're gonna go to this a laser tag place, and then after that, of course, we're gonna drop everybody off.
That sound. I eagerly await my invitation. I can't wait. You can just drive by and wave hi to me. But that's awesome. Well, happy birthday.
I'm just gonna cut the peppers in some little strips.
Okay, so now we're actually getting into the dividing up. We've got them all cleared out. Some long strips. Make sure you're being careful there. Anytime you got a knife or any kind of sharp cutting, you always want to make sure you've got a parent or a guardian helping supervise. All right, so going into the onion, we're going to slice 1 yellow onion also going into strips, but you got to make sure that you're remembering to remove the outside skin. Peel back those layers.
I'm gonna get over here into this garbage can. And I usually just peel it over a garbage can just to peel them layers off.
Absolutely. You know they're gonna be going in there anyway.
And another little trick, you could soak your onion in some cold water. Really? Kind of keep your eyes from burning. All right, and now we're gonna season up these.
All right.
So we're just gonna take them and me personally, like I said, I just do everything to taste. I don't really measure it out. So I just a little kosher salt.
I think where some people go wrong with any meat really is that they try to over season it. They think that's what makes it so good. And so they over season it, or they choose like specialty seasons, but really it's just the base.
It's like to keep it to the traditional classic ingredients. Yeah, because I was expecting, I mean, when we saw the ingredient list, I mean, we were expecting like searching for these extravagant spices, right? But no, we're like, oh, we can find all of these things, right?
It's just to keep it simple, like, you know, salt, black pepper, you know, garlic, onion. A lot of people, you know, you go to the grocery store nowadays, they got a million different seasonings, and sometimes people don't know what this use to, you know, use this season for this or that. So I just try to keep things simple. So did you want to put some onion and garlic on here? Yeah. That's fine.
So when we're, so as you're prepping the meat, we've got, of course, we got our pans, we got the stove on. What's the setting for what you're gonna be cooking the meat on?
Usually about medium high.
Okay, all right.
And that's why we use the canola oil, because it could take a high temp, and when you're cooking steak, you want to like sear it in, lock in all the flavor and all the juices and everything.
Great.
We cook in our house. One of the rule of thumbs is the temperature doesn't go over medium unless Dad says. Okay. So, and that's not like a safety thing. Like, it is safety, but it's really just because if your heat's too high, then it will cook the outside much more quickly than it does the inside, and that's a common mistake a lot of people make. So we keep the heat real low and we cook slowly rather than cooking too quickly. And every once in a while, you know, we'll decide like, okay, we need to take it up a notch. But we cook on very low heat. Pretty much everything we cook.
So just gonna let these steaks get a nice good sear on them. Let some of the fat break down. I'm just pretty much, for the egg rolls, I'm just cooking just to get a little color on it. And then we're gonna slice it in, we're gonna put it all back in.
Jerome, did you always know that you'd be a chef? Like, is this something you always just
Not really. It's something I fell into. Well, it's something I did naturally. Just growing up, I was always in the kitchen, like with my mom, my aunties. Like, I come from a cooking background, like as far as my family cooking at home and everything. And we used to always get together like on Sundays and have big cookouts. So naturally, you know, I stayed in the kitchen with my mom and my aunts, but I never knew that I'll have my own restaurant one day.
All right, so Jerome, so we actually finished up the prime rib. We got that all done. How do you, I mean, I know we talked a little bit about just keeping an eye on it. So what was the deciding factor in this case?
A few things with steak. You could tell by the tenderness of it once you touch it. Also, color. Like I say, for what we trying to do, we just trying to cook it, sear it on both sides to a medium rare. Because we're going to actually put all this stuff back together, and then we're gonna saute all this together and roll it up in the egg rolls.
And then it's oil bath time.
Yes.
Right. All right, got it. So tell me about your team, because I know, like, obviously you guys are family, but I feel like the vibe I'm getting from everything we've talked about with Vivian's is that the whole team is a family.
Yeah, I think pretty much we grew into a family, because a lot of us, our mission statement at Vivi is just bringing people, you know, all walks of life together, and I think we done that with our staff also. So we got, you know, so much diversity, like it's ridiculous, and everybody just come together as family to make things work.
Game, I love it. So how are our vegetables doing? They're looking pretty good?
They looking like they almost there, where we can start cutting up the steak and start adding that.
Okay.
You just want to slice it across, and also it's a little fatty, so I'm just gonna trim some of the fat off. A little bit of fat don't hurt, you know, just for flavoring, but I like to trim a little bit off.
So all of this part, if the parent just prepares the meat ahead of time, It's really the mixing of all the ingredients and the
Yep.
rolling of the egg rolls that the kids can do, and that's really fun.
Absolutely, having some fun, getting a chance to.
And I like to slice it thin. So it's just slice it thin little strips.
So now that we have the prime rib all kind of sliced up, looks like Jerome is going to go ahead and throw in the prime rib with the vegetables, get it all combined there. Okay, so once we have everything in the mixing bowl, we got everything mixed up, cheese is in there, then it's time to lay out the egg roll wraps. So those are we're gonna spread those out there on the counter.
So I like to flatten them out pretty good. Sometimes the edges be a little bit.
To make sure they're good and flat, okay?
Yeah. And just grab you a nice little scoop.
All right, an ice cream scoop. Oh, you got an ice cream scooper and everything. So one ice cream scoop full.
And if you want to put more in here, you're more than welcome to put more. It's really pretty much up to you. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this one.
And some cheese.
And
Ooh,
sprinkle a
on
little
the
cheese. Sharp cheddar.
That's the key to the good Philly. Well, there's lots of keys to a good Philly, but
And then you just, I like to kind of
okay.
hold
so,
it.
All right, so you start on one end, the end
Yep.
where the actual stuff is, and then you roll it.
Yep, and you kind of like tuck it as you go.
All right.
Try to keep everything tucked in, your cheese and your meat. And then I usually fold over the sides, and that kind of seal the deal. And then you just roll it over. And you take a little bit of your egg,
And just dabble.
just dab a little bit on the edge.
Okay, so the egg mixture is actually going onto the end there to kind of seal it. It's like an envelope. Right. Ooh, that was a good scoop. So as you're doing the egg rolls, do we have any prep needs for the oil? I keep saying the oil bath, but so what are we actually going to be putting these egg rolls in to actually get them all fried up?
We just gonna pan fry them in some canola oil,
Okay.
and like on a medium heat.
We want to leave a legacy. We want to leave our environment every bit as good as it was when we were handed the opportunity to farm this ground. We want to leave this place better, not only for the people we are and the people in our family, but we want to leave this land better. My name is Lisa Rasmussen, and I'm an Iowa pig farmer. We care about Iowa too.
All right, another big thank you to our sponsors, Iowa Pork Producers. So not only are they a sponsor for, of course, our cooking series, but we're talking State Fair, right? So they play a huge role in this Iowa State Fair every year. Not gonna believe this. So on average, they serve between 5,000 to 6,000 pork chop sandwiches every day during an average state fair. That's a lot of pork chops. They keep us well supplied throughout the cooking series, but thank you so much to them, as well as Hills Bank, for all of their sponsorship support for the cooking series. They're the ones that are making this happen, right? We're ready to take our oil bath.
Just trying to brown the sides, that's it.
Okay, all right.
And it don't take long, maybe a minute or two on each side.
Oh, wow, so that's pretty fast. So when you got it going, only a minute or two, and flip them over.
Yep. I put, depending on how big your skillet is, probably 2 to 3 in at a time. You don't want to overfill the skillet.
Yeah, no problem.
The oil hollering. And we go with our next round. You want to put them in, Jay?
All right, you guys ready to cut these in half and take a bite? My favorite part, the taste test.
All right, and there you go.
Oh, look at that. Look at that. That is beautiful. Everybody got theirs? Now this is my favorite part. All right. Ready, set, taste. Oh, yum. I'm seeing happiness all around. What's the verdict? Well done. Well done.
What do you think?
Amazing.
Amazing. All right, everybody, that is a wrap for this edition of Kids Gazette Cooking Series. Want to give a huge thanks to our Smallwood family. The owners of Vivian's Soul Food, Brianna, Jerome, and Jayani, they all came in using the beautiful, beautiful kitchen from courtesy of Plum Supply. We want to thank our sponsors again, Hills Bank, and of course, Iowa Pork Producers. We had so much fun with the fun Iowa State Fair theme. Be sure to go online if you want to go and download the recipe card for, of course, this episode as well as our previous episodes. There's also some additional fun recipes, not from the video series, but a little bit of extra bonus there. Don't forget, you can go every single week to Kids Gazette. You're going to find new articles, new activities, new things to do. You can find that in print and online. Again, big thanks to our sponsors, of course, Hills Bank, Iowa Pork Producers, and of course Plum Supply for giving us this beautiful kitchen scene. Also thanks to our videographers, they make us look and sound so good. TKM & Co. I'm Quinn Pettifer. Keep making good food craving memories. We'll see you next time.